Yo. What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. Got your Java or whatever preference is. You know what I mean? Tea, water, hair of the dog, whatever. Oh man, I'm gonna play tape to tape again today. We're just doing a weekend of it. We'll get back into Shadows tomorrow. I thought I would play Shadows today, but I just woke up feeling like playing some more tape to tape. So that's what we'll do, man. We're gonna play tape to tape. Hope everybody's doing well. That's the Jam-a-Lam for today. I also haven't gotten any YouTube stuff done over the past couple of days. Sorry, it's been a little bit of a wonky time. Just haven't felt great, and also just been limited on time. So, but feeling better today, and should be able to get everything sorted out, taken care of, and get back caught up on the YouTube stuff. So, we'll be back up to date on that and back ready to roll tomorrow. Just back on par. Get Shadows taken care of this week. Shadows Overloading should be completed. Any extra time we have this week to play games will be taken up with playing more tape to tape, and then yeah, Tears of the Kingdom starts on Friday, baby. Good stuff. Exciting. So let's go ahead and do what we do, man. Let's dive into this video gaming news stuff. What do you say? First. This is what we're listening to this morning. This is Crypt of the Necrodancer OST. This is a very cool rhythm-based adventure RPG game. So if you're into rhythm-based games, highly recommend checking it out. And it's got a really, really extensive soundtrack. So not just what you see here. You buy the OST, at least on Steam, I know. You buy this OST, you get this, and you get like 4 or 5 other editions of the soundtrack. It's like synthwave editions, like chopped versions of songs, and it's a bunch of stuff. So if you're digging it, go check it out. Highly recommend. Cool. All right, I kill the music. Let's go find some news. How about it? Let's do this. That is wrong. That is right. Start off with gaming news. There we go. Cool. All right, see what we can find here. Operation Wolf returning with a new VR game. Let's see what that's about. We've already hit on the free games right now for Epic, but I'll bring them up. Let's show everybody what we got here. Free games right now are Against All Odds, Horizon Chase Turbo, and KO the Kangaroo. And then the next week, you get a Sims 4 bundle. Sims 4 is now free, but they're giving you away a bundle to go with the game. So it would be like stuff you'd normally have to pay for, like, I guess, additional content, but they're going to give it away for free. So free stuff, free games. Go get your free games, all right? We already talked about Steam's update for the search and everything. That's pretty cool. rather than most of the things on Steam needing a very explicit search and being very static for you as the user of it. It's more like and instead of just game titles, you can type in like genres, you can type in developers and publishers, keywords, all kinds of stuff, and it'll help you find the games you're looking for now instead of just the title of the games. And it'll even work better with like misspelled words and things like that too. So apparently, Steam search just got much, much, much nicer for users. Xbox app on PC gets a new update. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, Plus collection on PS5 is closed. We've already hit on that before, so I'm not going to dive into it. Steam sale gives you 5 popular RPGs for $10. Let's see what's in that. Dark Souls fans get 7 Souls-like games for a low price during sale. Let's see what's going on there. We've already hit on this. Again, that'll be next week, though. It's not available yet, so that Sims 4 bundle will be next week. N64 exclusive game making unexpected return. Let's see what this is. Wait, what? Let's see what this is. Magic the Gathering Arena finally coming to Steam this month. Okay. Look, I'll say this. Wizards of the Coast, who is underneath parent company Hasbro, they have not been giving off good vibes here lately. All the way around as a company, they've been looking very, very gross from their oh man, what was that? Basically their a lot of it started with them trying to change their licensing terms. It was like an um, open licensing for people to be able to utilize the was it OGL, I think is what it's referred to, open gaming license, or something like that, for people to be able to, or creators in general, creators to be able to use Dungeons and Dragons content in their own projects and developments, and it's been very good, not just for other developers and creators, but for Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast, or for Hasbro as well with the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. It's made it very popular, but they were trying to make it to where everybody was going to have to pay in for it now, and there's a lot of scummy stuff going on. I would just say look into it. It would take me a long time to pull back out all that information. We took a big dive on it earlier on in the year, but there's just been a lot of stuff that's come down about Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast that makes them not look real great right now. So I don't know. Um, I'm I'm just kind of, and I grew up playing Magic, physical Magic. I'm not gonna dive into this, but CS:GO broke its peak player count record with 1.8 million. I'm guessing that's concurrent people in playing the game. That's a lot, dude. Redfall review, a lifeless disappointment. Yeah, look, we've talked enough about Redfall. I don't think it's going to be a surprise for most people at this point that Redfall is kind of a big pile of steaming dog crap. You know, it's not the worst thing to ever release, but again, like any game that gets marketed like that doesn't follow through as some kind of at least mediocre experience, roughly, you know, 7 out of 10 content wise and perform very well on release, is going to get criticized pretty heavily, as they should. As they should. You know, nobody can deny the fact that Redfall was getting marketed and hyped up through its campaign. It's late development, and the marketing campaign for that game was huge. They were really trying to hype that game up as something that people should be excited about, and it's not. It's not, and that sucks. That's a big problem. It's a big problem. Whether it's hyping a game up and the game being terrible technically, or it being horrible content-wise, or a mix of both, which I think Redfall absolutely is. That sucks. It's not acceptable. It's a I mean, the industry's going through a pretty bad issue right now of just AAA games being really, really bad performance-wise, and I don't know. It's just one of the latest examples of that trend of bad games from AAA developers. There's still good ones out there, but it's looking fewer and further between with those AAA developers for sure. Looks like Lost Ark's gonna have a May update. Why do they only like Amazon's not the developer of this game, by the way? They're the publisher. So why is it just Amazon that gets the call out here? Just because they're the more notable? Because it's Amazon? I don't know. Let's go to our other search. Yeah, we already hit on the games that made the Video Gaming Hall of Fame, so I'm not going to dive into that. Again, like they've got their schedule is being built right now for all of the summer showcase stuff that's going to be popping off. There's between the first to second week of June, especially, there's going to be a ton of publisher and developers that are doing summer showcases. But that's around a month away, just right under a month away for the start of that stuff. And I'm not going to start developing our own schedule for the community until towards the end of this month, because there's still a potential for dates and times to change on some of that stuff. And whenever I get a schedule built up for us for everything that we're going to watch live here, and like when we'll because there will be some that we'll watch live, there will be some that we probably won't be able to catch live, that we'll have to watch the VOD the next day and stuff. But we'll do that. Now I get that schedule out to everybody. Okay, it'll be out there public. It'll be in the Discord. I'll have a command for it and all that stuff. Five Nights at Freddy movies trailer leaks online. We'll take a look, dude. Yeah, we read about this yesterday, which is weird. Apparently, there are two different Star Wars real-time strategy games in development right now. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy game gets a huge sell for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that's coming out. Yeah, we talked about that. I still, dude, I mean, he would be so perfect for Kano. I can't get over that. Uh, I'm sure he'll do great as Johnny Cage too, but we've seen this. We talked about this yesterday also. Potential new Superman game could come our way now that James Gunn's redoing the entire um, like DC universe. He basically just crushed it all for Warner Brothers. He just like crushed it all and is just starting from scratch. So there's rumors there's a new Superman game could come our way. Best Legend of Zelda boss. I'll tell you this: one of the biggest disappointing things for me in Breath of the Wild was the Ganon fight, dude. Like the final Ganon fight in Breath of the Wild was so terrible, dude. Random mode time. Random mode. Get wrecked. Get flipping wrecked. I won. Ha! Nice. Sick. How about that, dude? Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, I got a sub to give away today. Let's go. Let's go. Hmm. Very nice. Very nice. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty early access adventures await. I'll pull it up and I'm going to criticize this. I'll tell you that already. People are probably not going to be liking my take on this, but I'm going to tell you exactly why. What is this? Bro, so right off the bat, we'll always strive to maintain Blizzard quality. You guys lost that a long time ago. All right, Blizzard, you lost original Blizzard quality a long time ago. Okay? So, this doesn't hold weight, man. It doesn't make sense. You can't state that. That doesn't. No. No. You lost the ability to actually state that way back whenever you turned into a big old greed monster. We'll take a look at this. Okay, let's just stick here. We'll just stick with this. Let's get into it. Amazon Games Lost Ark announces release date for its May update. Um, we played a lot of Lost Ark in this channel. I liked it a lot. I mean, I had been watching Lost Ark for a while. When it was still just region locked to the like eastern hemisphere of the world, eastern part of the world. You know, it was mainly like Korea's, China, Russia, like those countries. And then you know, whenever we found out Amazon was going to bring it over to the West, I got excited. We played it for a good amount of time, a few months and everything in the channel, and not like solely, but we played it a lot, and played it with a lot of community members, and it was a good time. Some exciting news just released for Lost Ark players. Amazon has announced the release date for the highly anticipated May update will be Wednesday, May 10th. Everyone is waiting for the Slayer Lost Ark Academy update, none other than the new Slayer class. Slayer class will be the 5th Warrior class, Advanced class, and the female remix of the Berserker class. Lost Ark the Slayer will focus on overwhelming anything in her path with Greatsword and Burst Mode. Successful attacks with the Slayer will fill the Fury specialty meter, which when full can trigger Burst Mode. During Burst Mode, several stats are significantly enhanced. Players will have access to a specialty skill, which then unleashes powerful slashes and stabs. The rest of the new update is considerably smaller in terms of scale, yet still interesting for players. First of all, the update adds the Punica Power Pass, which will be similar to the North Vern Power Passes from the launch version of the Lost Ark. Pass will allow players to bring an alternate character into the game once they have completed the storyline through that continent. Additionally, players will receive item level 1340 gear. After the pass is the Hyper Express event. In the event, players will be able to designate one character between item level 1340 and 1460 on their roster to participate. During this event, players will earn honing materials to quickly level up to item level 1460 and beyond. Last big part of the May update is the release of the engraving support system, which will allow players to choose 4 engravings to be in effect at level 3 during the event. Lost Ark is available on PC via Steam and the Amazon Games app. May update will launch on Wednesday, May 10th. I mean, it is a very good MMORPG in my opinion. So if you're interested in those types of games, I would recommend checking it out. There you go. Five Nights at Freddy's movie trailer leaks online. First trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's is leaked online. Video game movies have become more and more viable in the last few years as Hollywood seems to have cracked the code. If you make a good movie that still retains the stuff people liked about the game, it will be successful. It's hard to imagine it would take so long for that to get understood after years of studios trying to reverse engineer the source material to be more marketable to people who aren't familiar with games, but it's finally becoming understood. One of the next big video game adaptations that appears to be quite faithful is Five Nights at Freddy's, a series all about killer animatronics at a Chuck E. Cheese-esque restaurant. Yeah, movie recently finished filming. We knew that. Appears the trailer is nearly here. Trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's has leaked online and shows Josh Hutcherson's character manning the security cameras at the titular establishment, keeping a watch over anything that might go bump in the night. Seems like that is exactly what happens as we see the animatronics come to life and begin terrorizing anyone in and around the family-friendly business. Also see a number of scenes from beyond the pizza joint indicating the movie will be moved beyond Freddy's and have other drama in other locations. Given this is a leaked trailer, we won't be linking to it, but it's out there on various platforms. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just link this too. It's probably, since it is linked, it's probably going to be getting taken down and DMCA'd and stuff because it's not supposed to be out yet. And so my assumption is that like putting it in the news segment would just be a lot of grief on the back end for me because it would just end up resulting in me having to take it out of this news segment before I put it up on YouTube or after I put it up, I'd have to take it back down and take it out before I got it put back up and stuff. So it's out there though. Go look for it if you're interested in seeing the trailer. All right. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy game gets huge sell for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The game still goes for full price quite often, but it's 70% off right now, which makes it a steal. if it's one that you haven't tried. Apparently, I mean, the game was supposed to be pretty good. Actually, it didn't sell real well, but it wasn't. It was supposed to be pretty entertaining. Dill is live on PlayStation, Xbox, PC platforms with the game priced at $18 for a short time. The deals are set to end on May 11th for PlayStation and PC stores, but the same likely true for Xbox. They've got links for all of them. Yeah, even with all that money, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy did pretty well for itself. Metacritic ratings range from the high 70s to the low 80s, except for the Switch's cloud version. And Marvel fans were generally happy with it. Since its release, it's amassed well over 8 million players, too. You won't find the likenesses of the MCU cast portrayed in the game, but it's one that everyone's been recommending once more now that the new movie is out. So grab it on sale while you can if you haven't played it yet. Yeah, it was supposed to be a pretty. I mean, well, let's take a look at Metacritic real quick. Like PC's a 78 and an 8.6 user score. PS5 80 Metascore, 8.7 user score. Xbox Series X 84 Metascore, 8. Those are really respectable ratings, man. Again, I mean, these any kind of review scores are things that you should go off of. Understanding this is not necessarily going to be completely indicative of what your experience is going to be, because everybody's got different preferences for gameplay and entertainment and stuff, but usually it's a pretty good idea of you've got over 450 user scores at an 8.7. That's solid, man. And we'll even pull it up on Steam real quick. Let's go take a look. Just see what the overall consensus here is. I can't spell. There we go. Yeah, you can see right now too. Yeah, $17.99. And recently 92% positive. All reviews 94% positive. It's a pretty good game, man. It's a pretty good game. Yep. So I don't know. I mean, I'll link the Steam store for you. There's the link. The Steam store. This supposed to be a very good game. It I think initially didn't sell really well, but overall, it's just one of those occasions where I think as time has gone on and on, more people have become aware of like what a great title like this actually ended up being, and more people continue to dive in and play the game. It's pretty good stuff. Supposed to be. I'll give you the link to this article too. Cyberpunk. Okay, let's talk about this, dude. So, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty Early Access and new adventures await. Get a sneak peek into Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty before its official launch, as CDPR opens the doors of early access to fans. Yo, I'm sorry. What's wrong? What's wrong, Soup? You alright? Happy Sunday. So, hold on to your neural implants, folks. The much awaited and much anticipated Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty update is fast approaching. Oh, dude, yeah, that's always such a brutal thing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's usually one of those really stupid situations. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Are they better? Are they getting better? Are they getting better now? Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. 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 I know that's still brutal, but I'm glad that they're doing better now. Um. Yeah. The way the industry's gotten it just for like especially entry level like positions, no matter what the career field is, it's usually like even for entry level positions, it's like need to have like it's supposed to be like an entry level position. They want like 2 years of experience. It's like what do you? That doesn't make any sense, dude. Like, it's an entry level position, but you want me to have 2 years of experience. It's like what are you talking about? You know? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, man. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I do too. I do too. I don't know. Just keep your head up. You know, I know life can be brutal like that sometimes. That's the struggle for a lot of us, man. Is um a big I would say the largest part of anxiety and mental distress and anguish, that we deal with on a day-to-day basis comes from worrying about money and sustaining ourselves and not being able, I mean, having to go, week day to day, week to week, month to month, you know what I mean, just trying to make ends meet. It's unfortunate. There's there so many people in the world that have to deal with those kinds of situations. It's very dire. And then you've got these people in the world that also just sit on just they're Scrooge McDuck in it. You know what I mean? Sitting on so much cash. Uh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I do. I do. I mean, as humans, we're very resilient individuals. I know it's a struggle quite often for a lot of us and everything, but you just got to keep your head up, keep on pushing, and I think good things happen for good people, and right, yeah, yeah. You gotta keep your head up. You gotta just not give up. Keep doing what you know you need to do, and keep pushing forward. And eventually, you know, um, you keep doing the right things and keep you know pressing forward with pursuing what you know that you're trying to get done in life, and um, it'll happen for you. It'll happen for you. Just keep your head up, man. We're always here for you, though. You know what I mean? This is an amazing community of people all the way around. That if you just need someplace to come hang out and cheer up a little bit and relax and have some good vibes and stuff, we're always here to help everybody out in that aspect too. So I know that doesn't necessarily help out your life situation, but maybe it can perk you up a little bit sometimes too. So yeah, that's quite often the case. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I say this all the time. I'm lucky to do what I do full time right now. I don't know that that will always be the case for me, but to be able to do it, um, I'm very fortunate to be able to do what I do right now, and that's why I do it as often as I can, just to take advantage of it because I love it. I love doing this, and so yeah, yeah. So I wish you the best, and we would love to have you come by and let us know how things are going for you. And again, if you ever just need to come hang out and have some good vibes with people, we're always here to cheer you up. You know what I mean? But we do wish you the best. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. It's not every day a gaming developer opens its doors to a fan base, so kudos to CDPR for recognizing the value of its community. As someone who has invested more than 250 hours of my life into Night City, even taking a full 7-day vacation in January to re-immerse myself in its neon-drenched streets, this news has me raring to go. According to a tweet from the official Cyberpunk 2077 account, the Phantom Liberty DLC will be showcased at Summer Games Fest, where journalists and content creators can get their hands on this bad boy. Um, For people who cannot make it to the Summer Games Fest, CDPR says to stay tuned for hands-on opportunities coming our way. I'm no stranger to the world of Cyberpunk 2077, having tried every possible ending and currently on my 5th playthrough. To say I'm excited about this expansion is an understatement. Play it before you buy it. CDPR is pushing the envelope by giving the general public a chance to experience the game before its release, a rare move for a major video game developer. They need to be doing stuff like that because they suck at video game releases. Yeah, so I'm gonna give my sentiments here. Yeah, I'm gonna give my sentiments here. So I'm gonna finish reading this, and I'm gonna tell everybody how I feel all the way around about CDPR and about how I feel about this expansion too, because there are some things that people don't, I think, remember about what's going on with this expansion. Also, a rare move for major. How they will select the lucky few that remains to be seen, but I'm keeping my fingers, toes, and cybernetic limbs crossed. So, funny enough, Phantom Liberty promises to be a game changer, bringing an expansive new, previously unseen area of Night City to explore, along with heaps of new story content. What they fail to address here is that whenever they announced this big expansion for Cyberpunk 2077, the Phantom Liberty stuff, it was disgusting to me. Because basically what they did was they were like, all right, we've got a big new expansion coming. And the leads of the studio basically were quoted as saying something along the lines of, now players will finally be able to experience what Cyberpunk 2077 was always supposed to be played like, or was always supposed to be experience-wise. And then they also said, oh, by the way, anybody that owns Cyberpunk 2077 on last-gen consoles will not be able to play this expansion. And I could not believe it. It was so gross to me. This is not the same thing as... It's not the same thing as a company just outright releasing a brand new game on new gen consoles and going, yo, we've made the decision not to release this game on previous gen consoles now. You know, it's not the same thing. They released this game across PS4, PS5, Xbox One, X and S, PC, all that stuff. But now they're saying, okay, well, this expansion is going to give all players the experience of what Cyberpunk 2077 was always supposed to be. Oh, by the way, if you own this game on PS4 or Xbox One, you can't play the expansion. That's disgusting. That's gross. Not only that, but yeah, okay. In my opinion, CDPR just needs to be letting everybody play their games in some capacity early before deciding to buy them, because CDPR sucks at releasing their games. They're always a mess. They can't even take The Witcher 3, which, look, I just played through that game in full last year, and it's still a hot mess. The Witcher 3, while it has great content, that game is a buggy mess. It did not feel great playing a lot of that game. There's a lot of good content, don't get me wrong. But there's still a lot of that game 5-6 years later that is really, really gross. And then they want to make like the enhanced edition or whatever for like new gen platforms, you know, for like PS5 and Xbox Series X, and they upgraded the PC version of it, and it was a total disaster. It was just a huge disaster whenever they released it. It was like, do they not test anything, you know? I would say this was my experience. Like, I didn't even try Cyberpunk because I don't feel like CDPR deserves my money. Even if Cyberpunk 2077 is in a much better state now than it was on release. It's a much better game. I've heard that. I still don't feel like them as a developer deserve my money or anybody else's money for that matter for doing what they did with Cyberpunk, for hyping the game up and then just basically scumming everybody. They knew that game wasn't ready. They knew that game wasn't ready. There were so many people that bought into the hype. And this is the problem that developers keep getting people to buy into. They hype up a game, they get people to buy into it and go, "Oh, sorry," while they sit there and like smell their cash and like sleep on piles of it. You know, it's disgusting. And just because they take the time to go back and like turn the game into something decent afterwards, that's not a pass for me. That doesn't make it okay to me. That's still gross. I don't care. The game should have never been released like that. So for me, the way I address the situation is like, the only way I would really consider going back and playing Cyberpunk is if in the future I see CDPR change their ways. They get better at making games that feel really good on release in the future, then I would go, okay, I'll go back and take a look at playing some of their like older titles that I felt differently about, you know, like Cyberpunk and stuff, you know? Oh, dude, Soup. I mean, yeah. So, like, man, I've got all kinds of articles out on YouTube right now about like Redfall and Jedi Survivor. Look, I mean, we can list all kinds of titles. I mean, right now we're talking specifically about CDPR, right? But you're not wrong. The industry is plagued right now with terrible, terrible AAA crap. Jedi Survivor, Redfall, Wolong, Wild Hearts. Where else? Look, I'll even go. Hogwarts Legacy was trash on PC. Elden Ring was trash on PC on release too. A lot of people don't want to remember that, but it was. I played it. All the way through on PC on release, and it was trash on PC. It was good on console, but it was trash on PC. Same thing for Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy, I flushed after 8 days. It was terrible on PC, but it was like good on console, so everybody was like, "Oh, it's okay." That's not okay. It's not okay. If it's not good on all platforms, it's not okay. There are so many examples of just trash games, you know, that keep coming out from AAA developers that they get this big marketing hype campaign built around them to get people to buy into it, and then the game comes out and they're big piles of trash, man. It's really, really gross. So I mean, same thing, whether it be performance wise or content wise or a mix of both. None of it's acceptable. Gotham Knights, you know, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. It's been really bad at the beginning of this year too, but I mean, it's terrible. But I would say, as much as there are so many people out there that love CDPR, they're gross, dude. They are a terrible AAA developer that it does this same exact thing to people that these other AAA developers do. They hype up games and they release them in a terrible, terrible, terrible state. And it makes all of us as the consumer and as the video game, you know, player, it makes us all feel duped. It makes us feel like we're getting our money stolen, you know? And it's not acceptable. And so outside of the fact that like even CDPR is just gross, I don't feel like they can release a game. And you know, apparently I didn't play The Witcher 3 on release either, but apparently The Witcher 3 on release was even way more terrible than it was whenever I played it last year. And it's still just riddled with bugs and stuff like that. To me, what I saw was like, well, it seems like they saw what they were able to get away with in The Witcher 3, and then they just were like, well, we can probably get away with even more in Cyberpunk, you know? Because that's like what they tried to do. They tried to see how much they could get away with not finishing before they pushed that game out, and it was a hot mess. So I don't know. It's just gross all the way around. That's why, like, there are these certain developers that I don't support them, man. I won't do it. whether it be new titles or old titles or whatever. I'm not buying into it, man. I'm not going to give them my money. They don't deserve it, in my opinion. And CDPR is one of them. I'm not gonna, until I see something improve from them moving forward. I'm not giving them any of my money. There's no way. There's no flipping way. It's really gross. And especially with what they did here. For all those people that actually wanted to play Cyberpunk and bought into it on previous gen platforms, for them to like put that statement out and then go, oh, by the way, none of you on previous gen will get to play the expansion. You know, it was like, that's pretty gross. So, I don't know. I'm really really grossed out by CDPR. I have been for a while. I love their GOG platform. But them as a developer, a video game developer, not a fan, dude. Not a fan. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So appropriately, let's move on from what we were just talking about into a developer that I actually am currently boycotting because they have just over the years turned into something that I absolutely cannot support, which is Blizzard. Coming from an individual that, you know, some of my top games of all time are Blizzard games. I still own my original copies of like Diablo 1, 2. I mean, the boxes, everything in them, pristine, you know, Diablo 1 and 2, Lord of Destruction, WoW, the first two expansions. You know, I grew up playing StarCraft and Warcraft and Warcraft 2. This is one of those companies that it's really broken my gamer heart a bit to, you know, watch them take such a huge nosedive from the company that it feels like they once were, that like I grew up with loving so much, into the company they've become with, you know, it started for me with Diablo 3. That Diablo 3 was not what I was expecting from them after you know, falling so deeply in love with Diablo 1 and 2. And stood in line at midnight, got the collector's edition of D3, and beat the game and uninstalled it and never touched it again. I know a lot of people said the game turned into something better later on, but for me, that's all I needed, was to see what Diablo 3 was initially, and I was just done. Then on to finding out everything that had happened internally with Blizzard, the way they were treating employees, the toxic culture there, and then into like the latest thing, the thing that really killed Blizzard for me, that made me go, I can't play their games anymore at all, was the Diablo Immortal crap. Diablo Immortal with such a just disgusting pay to win. It was just so flipping gross, man. But I don't know. I'm hearing great things about D4, and again, I'm in the same situation with Blizzard. It's one of those, I will never expect Blizzard to be the same company they ever were. That's just unrealistic. But if they turn into something decent again, you know, if they show me that like they can release quality stuff, they're not going to be doing the pay to win crap anymore. They're start taking care of their employees and things like that, you know. And this would have to be a trend of things I see in the future. You know, I'd need to see a trend of continuing to do better. Then I would consider maybe buying into playing some of their products again. And I'm not gonna lie, it hurts, dude, to one of my all-time favorite games in Diablo coming out, you know, with its next iteration in the series in June, and knowing I'm not going to play it because I've got this stance on this company right now, hurts. It really does. But, you know, I'm not going to break, you know, just to give it a shot. So I'm kind of relying on a lot of the other community members to give me an idea of what the game feels like and stuff. And I've heard good things, so that's great. But you know, I just need to see a lot more before I'm willing to dive into this company. Blizzard clarifies controversial AI patent will always strive to maintain Blizzard quality. Yo, Soup, give me just a second, and I'll address those. Let me finish this article up, and then I'll address those. Okay, let's see what's going on here, and then I'll talk to you about those statements. Over the past couple of days, multiple articles have popped up pointing to a patent filed by Blizzard Entertainment describing a process to use machine learning to aid with art. The patent was scrutinized with rather extensive levels of interpretation, leading to the idea Blizzard would replace the work of human artists with AI. First of all, we should always remember an important factor when dealing with patents. Which usually the press neglects to mention. Not all patents make it into actual product or are actually applied. As a matter of fact, only a pretty small portion of the patents that are filed are ever used in practice.
Now
when
that
you
we're
read an
friends
article
again,
based on a patent,
is it
it
okay
tells
if
you
I
that
pet you?
Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Yo. Thanks, Miss Bat. Whoa.
Subscribed for 9 months.
Holy crappers. Yo, what's up? Good morning. Thank you. Incredible. Incredible. No TTS or anything? Just yo. I was expecting I figured it'd be like, yo, I got that door off the hinges or something. You know what I mean? Yo, thank you so much. What's up, my friend? Happy Sunday. Yeah, not all patents make it into actual product or are actually applied. As a matter of fact, only a pretty small portion of the patents that are ever filed are ever used as in practice. So when you read an article based on a patent that tells you that a company will do something or is planning something, that's an assumption that the simple existence of the patent does not actually support. That being said, Blizzard President Mike Ibarra took to Twitter to clarify, yo, this dude can actually get wrecked too, because he was the big one behind supporting like Diablo Immortal and promoting it and stuff, and it's so gross. Quote, Blizzard will always strive to maintain Blizzard quality. You're trying to associate recent AI advances to something completely unrelated. Our approach at Blizzard is to use machine learning and AI in ways that are additive, empathic, and allow our talented teams to spend more time on the highest quality creative thinking and tasks. Ibarra cites a further explanation by Hearthstone design manager Brendan Sewell, who criticized one of the headlines on the issue, mentioning that it's taking some leaps, to put it lightly, and adding that the patent was first filed in 2020. It then added that what is described by the patent is not AI art, but something comparable to the use of a Photoshop filter, already very widespread in that industry. Below you can see the text of the patent with relevant portions highlighted by Sewell himself. Okay. Yeah, Blizzard's currently preparing for release of Diablo 4 on PC, Xbox Series X, S1, PS5, and 4 on June 6th. Game's already gone gold, which means that basically it would take something catastrophic to delay it. At this point, it is going to release on June 6th. Here's the deal. What I'll say with the AI stuff, and they're right, with patents, dude, companies and game developers, I mean, across the board, are always, putting in new patents. But a huge portion of them don't actually ever get, implemented or come to fruition for use by the company, but they're just always being put out there. Now, the thing with AI art, and I say this all the time, there's a difference, I think, between a nice way for a developer to utilize it and a bad way. The good way being bringing in artists to create unique art assets, or developer as a whole using AI in any capacity. The thing that has to happen, in my opinion, for it to still be ethically sound is that the developer has to have unique assets be made for that specific development title. And you get all these assets put together. Then if you want to incorporate AI to use those assets specifically to create some other AI things within the title, cool. But to just use AI to go scour the internet, pull in a bunch of assets that were not made unique for that title, that is where you really start crossing that line of it not being ethically sound, and you're trying to avoid paying humans to do what they should be doing to create unique, content for that specific project, right? But we'll see. Well, I mean, we'll find out eventually what's going on here. Yeah, no, Miss Matt, you're good. You're good. Yeah, thanks again. I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. Well, no. So the PS4 can run Cyber. So PS4 and Xbox Series, and Xbox One can play Cyberpunk 2077, right? They can. But what they can't do is they can't play the expansion that's coming out. So all those people that bought into the game on previous gen consoles have basically been left dead in the water, that were like excited to potentially play this big new expansion that CDPR has been touting as like the about the closest I can get quote wise was, again, they were trying to say this is what Cyberpunk was always meant to be experienced like, right? Which is the content that the new expansions bring. The people on the previous gen consoles that own the game won't be able to play the expansion because the expansion's not being released on previous gen consoles. So the base game, base game can be played. People bought it all over previous gen consoles. But and CDPR has been what they've been saying is, they'll give people a free upgrade of the game to next gen consoles, but not everybody can just go buy a next gen console. That's the issue. That's the problem. The developer just acts like it's just easy for everybody to just go buy a new console or something. It's not that easy, dude. There's so many people that struggle with, like price is such a huge obstacle in the gaming world. And then you get all these developers that just act like it's supposed to be just something easy for people to overcome. It doesn't work like that. So that's the gross part about it, Soup. Yeah. Should you get Final Fantasy 15? It's on sale. On what platform is it on sale? I like Final Fantasy 15. I haven't actually finished it yet. Is it on sale on Steam? It's a pretty cool game. It's a pretty cool game. Oh, they're doing the Golden Week sale right now. Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that. Yo, just stay away from Forspoken, okay? What the crap? Half-Life back? What? What the crap? That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I thought this game was dope. I haven't finished it. Dude, I got this game back whenever this was, I got this game. I was really excited about playing this game. I got it when it hit PC, and I was so busy back then. I was like having to jump in and out of this game just at random times, and I kept losing track of like what I was trying to get done, and and because I'd play it for a little bit, and then I wouldn't be able to play it, and then I'd try to get back into it, and it sucked. It was at a time where I was just really, really busy. I was working a lot. It was a lot easier for me to play casual games rather than games that had deep stories and quests and stuff like this game does. But this game's really cool. I liked this game a lot. I thought it was pretty neat. So I don't know. I mean, if you're into the Final Fantasy games, then maybe worth. Maybe worth. It's rated pretty well. What's the Metacritic on Final Fantasy 15, by the way? What are the other cells? We're gonna have to look at the other cells they have going on. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's see, buddy. If anybody needs this, I'll give you that. That's the link to that Blizzard one. 85, 8.2. Yeah, I mean overall it's a pretty well-renowned game and everything. Even better on PC than it is on PS4, funny enough. So, I don't know. I would say yeah, if you're interested in it, it's definitely and it's a cool game. Like I said, I put a good amount into it. I didn't get to finish it or anything. I probably got about 30 or 40 hours into it. I would like to play it again. I would like to just start from scratch, play it again, and beat it. That's what I need to do because I'm just so lost of where I ever was playing it before. But it's a dope game. I like it. It's cool. Let's look at this cell real quick. What do we got going on here? Near Neo, the end of the world. Forspoken, bro. Are they for real? They're still trying to sell Forspoken at like $46. Yo, what? All right. What's the Are they still saying this game's broken? Remake integrate? Holy Moogle! Tifa's got some massive materia. I mean, her physical abilities are truly impressive in battle. Yeah. I'm trying to see. The last I had looked at this game, they still had not fixed this game, man. Um, which is why I still hadn't played it because I didn't want to pay Square Enix for this game because it got ported to PC in like December of 2021 and they still hadn't fixed it, which was disgusting. Basically, there was a mod, the mod community found ways to fix it, and Square just never actually addressed fixing the game like they needed to. Because when it got ported to PC, it had terrible performance issues. Let's see something. Hold on. Yeah, recent. Let's go all graph. Let's see this. What? Oh. Hmm. I'll have to look into it more. I'll have to look into it more. We'll see. See what else they got on sale. God, I love it, Final Fantasy X. Let's go play some Blitzball. You know what I mean? Dude, I want to play the Chrono Trigger. Nice. I want to play the Octopath games. I want to play the Bravely Default games. Secret of Mana's on here, dude. Mm. Mm. Lots of games on sale right now. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll keep going. Sorry. Retro Classic Operation Wolf returning with a new VR game. Retro Classic Operation Wolf recently announced that a new VR game is set to release on June 22nd, 2023 for the PSVR 2, Pico 4, and MetaQuest 2. Operation Wolf returns. First mission VR will see players taking on the role of a special agent fighting against a new criminal organization. Read below for more details. So May 5th, yesterday or 2 days ago, right? Microids and Virtually Z Gaming are thrilled to announce the release of the rail shooter Operation Wolf Returns first mission VR June 22nd, 2023 on MetaQuest 2, PlayStation VR 2, and Pico 4. Developed and published by Taito in 1987, the arcade game Operation Wolf left a mark for a whole generation of gamers, being one of the first games to offer side-scrolling rail shooting action. Operation Wolf Returns first mission VR will remain faithful to the spirit of the original game while premiering a new artistic direction. In its solo VR campaign, play as a special agent fighting a new criminal organization. In addition to arms and drug trafficking, the organization led by the mysterious General Viper has developed a powerful new weapon. After discovering several of its bases, you will be sent to dismantle the organization, destroy the weapon, and free the hostages held captive in surrounding camps. They have like a video or anything? Nothing? Huh. So, Operation Wolf Returns first mission non-VR version will also be available in fall of this year in a digital version as well as a day one edition on PS4, 5, and Switch. The game will be available exclusively in digital form on Xbox One, Series S, and PC. Interesting. I'll link it for you guys. There you go. All right, Xbox app on PC gets a new update to categorize games according to their length, adds new accessibility features, and more. The Xbox app for PC has constantly been receiving updates to offer an improved gaming experience for users. These updates aim to offer more optimization features and fixes for the PC gaming community. Microsoft just rolled out a new Xbox app update for the month of May 2023 with some interesting features. First edition comes to the Xbox app home screen where you can now see quick games to play and longest games collections. It means that when players go through their home Game Pass screen, they will see their collections of games and these new collections. The new collections allow players to quickly browse through different games based on average gameplay times to make the process of choosing the right game easier. Microsoft has also added new accessibility filters to the applications, which helps filtering games based on the platform. This helps the app find the perfect game for you to much faster. Finally, the PC Xbox app has also received some patches for several problems as well. This includes fixes to issues such as games disappearing, Game Pass problems, and more. If you want to know more about the update to the Xbox PC app, players can check out this website. It probably has like patch notes and stuff for what they've done. So I'll link this for you guys if you want to take a look. Probably nothing more notable than what we just read, but just in case. Steam sale gives you 5 popular RPGs for $10. A new Steam sale. It's a special promotion that at the moment of publishing ends in 43 hours. If you're reading this more than 43 hours after the story, so this was May 6th. But it was yesterday evening, so we'll see. We'll take a look. You can get the Deus Ex collection for under $10 US. Saving 89% in the process. It includes the following 5 games: Deus Ex Game of the Year Edition, Deus Ex Invisible War, The Fall, Human Revolution, Director's Cut, and Mankind Divided. To top this offer off, which includes nearly every game in the series ever released on PC, Mankind Divided Season Pass is also included. All of this only costs under $10 US. So, if you're interested in the bundle, they didn't put the hyperlink in. You can get each of these on sale individually. Bit more expensive that way. If you bought each individually, it'd cost around $14 US. Yo, let's check this out. If you didn't know, let's do a little bit of video game history here real quick. So May of last year, around that time, anyways, I think it was May. There it is, Deus Ex Collection. Check that out, guys. Nice. Yo, sick. This is dude. I've never played any of these games, but there are a lot of people that love this series. There's supposed to be maybe a ramping up of getting this series going again too, because what I was about to talk about is the fact that if you look, a lot of what you'll see here is like Eidos Montreal, right? Being a big part of this franchise's development, who was previously owned by Square Enix, right? Previously. May of last year, Embracer Group swooped in and bought all of Square Enix's North American development studios, and I'm pretty sure all of them were actually Canadian. They were based in Canada, and then they also got the IPs of Deus Ex. They got Thief and Tomb Raider. And really, I mean, they paid right around $300 million for all of this, which really was, at the time, thought pretty cheap. I know to a lot of us, $300 million, that's a lot of money, but in the world of gaming, for all of those development studios, as well as all of the those IPs they got, those are some, especially Tomb Raider and Deus Ex, those are notable. Not that Thief's not, but it's just, I don't think Thief's quite on par with, Deus Ex and Tomb Raider. Not that, I mean, it's still worth. But, I mean, to give you a bit of an idea of their worth, Embracer Group turned around at the beginning of this year and sold only the rights to the Tomb Raider stuff to Amazon for double what they paid for everything last year. So they sold only the rights to Tomb Raider to Amazon for $600 million. They doubled their investment and only sold the Tomb Raider stuff. Kind of crazy. I don't know what Square was thinking at the time when they sold all this to Embracer for $300 million. I don't know what that was about. But Embracer came out big on it. And now Deus Ex is underneath Embracer. And who knows, maybe Embracer will end up pushing it off to somebody else that wants to take over. That's what Embracer does. I mean, they're huge. They've got all kinds of development, underneath them and IPs and stuff. But they're all about making money. And if the right company came to them, I think that just kind of like Amazon with Tomb Raider. But I don't know. Apparently, there is some new Deus Ex stuff that's supposed to be coming our way, I think. Kind of water cooler talk that I've read about and heard. And we'll see. But all of these for pretty cheap here if you've been wanting to dive into this series. Cool. Dark Souls fans get 7 Souls-like games for a low price during sale. Humble Bundle, dude. Okay. 7 games in question are Salt and Sanctuary, Mortal Shell, Blade of Darkness, Dread Delusion, Eterna Noctis, Loot River, and Sands of Aura. The first of those is available for just $5 through the bundle. The next 2 are added on by spending $10 altogether, and then $15 total will get you Dread Delusion and Eterna Noctis. $18 total will get you everything in the bundle together. As Humble Bundle deals often go, some info on each of the games is shared on the bundle page in case you need to know more about them. Salt and Sanctuary, the cheapest option, just also happens to be one of the ones people will probably recommend the most. Yeah. Salt and Sanctuary, yeah, they give you combines fast, brutal, complex 2D combat with richly developed RPG mechanics. An overview of this game explained. Discover, craft, and upgrade over 600 weapons, armor pieces, spells, and items as you explore a cursed realm of forgotten cities, blood-soaked dungeons, desecrated monuments, and the fallen lords they once celebrated. Humble's latest bundle is live now until the end of the next week, so grab whatever you want from it while you can before the bundle goes away and is replaced by another one. One second, let me, sometimes the Humble Bundle website can be weird. Let me see something. Yeah, we're good. Here. So you can see so Humble is a dope site. I mean, it's a really cool it's a cool thing. What they do is they'll do these bundles where you can, like I just said, you can pay we'll just go to that bundle that we were looking at, okay? So the Souls like, right? So 5 days left on this thing. So you can always go to games, and then they'll have different kind of bundles that they do. You go to this one that we were just talking about, and you can see over on the side here. It's I'll try to do my best to show you, but it's pay what you want, right? $5 will get you just Salt and Sanctuary. $10 gets you Mortal Shell, Salt and Sanctuary, and Blade of Darkness. $15 adds in Eterna Noctis and Dread of Delusion with the 3 previous games. And then 18 actually puts in Sands of Aura and Loot River with all. So this is the entire package, right? And then what you can also do is like you can do $25, $30, or any other amount you want over, and you'll get all the games. But what you're doing is you're giving more money to charity, right? So the more you pay for all this, the more you're giving to charity. And you see, right? No, stop. It says, don't do that, dude. You will get all 7 items. Thank you for giving extra and helping the humble community. So adjust donation right here too. You can do the default option, which is if we were doing a $30 right here, we'd give it $19.50 to publishers, $1.50 to charity, and then $9 to humble. Or you can do extra to charity, which is $17.25 to publishers, $4.50 to charity, $8.25 to humble. Or you can go custom amount, and you can go like, it changes up how everything goes with, where you want to distribute the money you're paying, more to publishers, more to charity, more to humble, whatever, and they've got more. They've like a learn more button down here about how the distribution goes and stuff like that. They've even got your ability to choose different charities down here and stuff like that. So that's one of the cool things about Humble Bundle, if you didn't know. And almost always, these are going to be Steam keys, just so you're aware. Almost always, these are going to be Steam keys. So that's where you're going to be playing your games at. You buy these, you get Steam keys. You go to your Steam account and you put the key in. That's where you get your game at, right? But it is a cool place. You get a pretty good discount usually when you do these bundles. And you're also getting some money to give to charities also, which is really, really cool. So highly recommend taking a look. They don't just do games, even new games, you can get in here and buy new games and still give to charity. But they'll do quite often. I think they'll have like books and like kind of digital tabletop games, all kinds of different stuff on here. So just, I don't know, take a look, see what you think. It's a cool site, and charity's good. So take a look. Nintendo 64 exclusive game making unexpected return. A Nintendo 64 exclusive from 1997 is returning 26 years later. Dark Rift. The 3D fighting game looks poised to return and return via Steam, no less. There's a Steam listing for the game from developer Kronos Digital Entertainment and publishers Pico Interactive and Bleem.net. According to the Steam listing, the game is coming soon. What's odd about this is it's not just the game's surprising comeback, but that it's not even a remaster or remake. It seems to just be the PC version that was released back in 97, a few months after the 64 version. Originally developed by the aforementioned Kronos Digital Entertainment and published by Vic Tokai, Dark Rift was released back in the day to a 57% on game rankings, which is not very good. However, the game is notable for being a bit of a cult classic, but more so because it was the first game to use 60 frames per second on the console. Yo, Warner Brothers. They were getting 60 frames per second on the 64. You know what I mean? Gotham Knights is locked at 30 right now on current gen platforms, by the way. Just saying. Too soon? I mean, we could even go as far as saying, hey, Redfall. Hey, Arcane. They were getting 60 frames back in 97, dude. Bro. What makes this even more interesting is the game began development as a Sega Saturn game. Was actually originally called Criticom 2, falling between Criticom and Cardinal Sin. Let's take a look at this. Spooky. Yo, press start, dude. Press start. Bro. Oh, dude. Morphic's fighting style is quite unusual. He's similar to a huge blender, which Wick would use to make smoothies. Look at that cake, dude. Good night, those booty shorts, dude. Get blendered. All right, man. Good times. Good times. Dark Rift. Right now, there's no word of the game coming to Switch or any other platform beyond Steam. Given the game's Nintendo heritage, you'd expect a Switch release, but one has not been confirmed as of yet, at least. Interesting, man. Interesting. Dark Rift. Sick. I love seeing these old games come back, man. That's good stuff. All right, guys, last article I have for the day, and then we'll get down on playing some tape to tape, baby. I don't know. I wanted to play more tape to tape today. We will get back into Shadows tomorrow. Shadows Over Loathing we'll get back into tomorrow. We'll make sure we get that game finished up before Tears of the Kingdom drops on Friday. And any leftover time we have this week, if like finishing up Shadows Over Loathing, we'll just keep playing tape to tape after that until Friday hits and we start playing Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, but if you guys have anything to add for video gaming news that we haven't addressed, might not be aware of, let me know in chat, man, and we'll see what we can pull up or we'll address it before we move on to playing some tape to tape for the rest of the day. Okay. Magic: The Gathering Arena is finally coming to Steam this month. 4 years after leaving beta, Arena gets a Steam page at last. Magic: The Gathering Arena first arrived on PC in 2017 as a beta that was downloadable from the Wizards of the Coast website. Left beta 2 years later, was added to the Epic Games Store in 2020. Got a mobile port in 2021, but only now have the Sarah Angels descended in a shining chorus to announce that unto us is come a savior, a version of Arena on Steam. The original collectible card game Magic: The Gathering remains one of the best in the genre, though I still stand for Faria as well. While more complex than the aggressively streamlined Hearthstone, that complexity is what makes its wild combos and surprising mid-match turnarounds possible. It's well supported too, and unlikely to go into stasis as some of our other favorite digital CCGs have in the past. Like Gwent, it's happening with Gwent right now. So Gwent is a digital trading card game, right? That CDPR ended up developing just based off of how many people enjoyed playing Gwent as like a side game in The Witcher, and it's actually really really good. It's a free to play game, and it's on GOG, and it's great. But it's very well developed. It's a lot of fun, and they announced, what was it, right at the end of last year, beginning of this year, that they're done supporting it. Yeah, they're finished with it. So that's just a prime example. I don't know. I guess there just aren't enough people playing the game. It feels bad. It's really really cool. But I mean, it's still gonna be live. People can still jump in there and have they test it out, play it and stuff. They're just not gonna be providing any new content in the game, which feels bad for all those people. I mean, they had like seasons and ranked and all that stuff in it, just like Magic does. And for those people that really enjoyed playing the game and enjoyed playing it competitively, that's all going to be dead. If you're coming to Magic Fresh, Arena's new player experience was updated earlier this year with a Spark rank to match new players against each other and a Codex of the Multiverse menu that explains various concepts and formats. There's also an option to play starter deck duels using one of 10 two-color decks that you get to keep. I'm all about the red-green deck. That's full of transforming werewolf cards myself. Yeah, but once you go black, you never go back, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, chat? Magic cards. Black's the best. The Steam page doesn't the Steam page doesn't list any additional features in this version, but finally being able to play against our Steam friends will be a plus, and it seems rather likely Arena will be playable on Steam Deck for those lucky enough to have one. It's already one of the best laptop games. Steam launch is set for May 23rd. Dude. Yeah, dude. Yo, I used to play Magic. I've talked about this. I used to play Magic whenever I was young too. I had I had an older sibling, and they had a friend that was way into it. And this is kind of crazy because there are old Magic cards that are really expensive now. Yeah, I wish, that's one of my big regrets. So whenever I was, I'm talking, I played back with like early Magic cards, and I had a decent collection of cards, and whenever I was a young adult, I hit some hard times, and I ended up selling all my cards for way less than what I should have, and but I mean, back in the day, it's kind of crazy looking back on it because like my older sibling, we were always, we've always been close, and therefore I was always close to my older siblings' friends as well. So like their friends were my friends, and one of their friends played Magic, so I started playing Magic, and dude, they had a couple of Black Lotuses. If you don't know, dude, those cards are like $50,000 a pop now. Those are expensive cards. Was like rolling around with like a couple of Black Lotuses in like flimsy, like we played with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird looking back on it now, at that kind of stuff, yeah. And now it's like those cards are super rare, and I mean, like really like higher graded ones and stuff that that are in really good condition sell up around like $50,000 a pop. I think the last time I looked, something like that. It's crazy, dude. They're really really expensive. But I loved playing Magic back in the day. Magic's gotten a little bit weird now, though. I think. I fell out of it and stuff a little bit, but I've kept track of Magic. They've gotten I think they've tried to like stay cool and edgy, so they've like tried to do these mashups. Oh yeah, nice, Mithril. That's cool, man. That's cool. Where they've done like mashups with like they've done like Fortnite cards and stuff. They've done real weird mashups, man. And I think for traditional Magic players, it's like kind of gross. Along with the fact, like, I was talking about this previously when we pulled this article up. If you don't know, Wizards of the Coast are the ones that own Magic, right? They're the developers of Magic. They're also the ones that are over like Dungeons and Dragons and everything, and their parent company is Hasbro, right? Aren't they the ones? Are they the ones over Dungeons and Dragons? Wizards? Yeah. Yeah. So Wizards of the Coast are also D&D, right? Yeah, Wizards of the Coast. Yeah. And so I just wanted to make sure I don't want to be like putting out misinformation or anything, you know. Sometimes so just so everybody knows, I talk about stuff all the time, you know, in these news segments, and I talk about stuff so fast that sometimes I'll be like mixing up, you know, names and stuff in my head unintentionally. So if I misspeak about something, call me out, dude. I don't want to be pushing out misinformation on stuff. Usually I'll like double check myself to make sure, but I absolutely want people to like call me out if I misspeak on something. I don't want to be pushing out misinformation. Okay, so but I do my best to make sure I don't do that kind of thing. So the thing about what's gone on here is like you talk about Wizards of the Coast, and then their parent company is also Hasbro. If you didn't know that, right? So Hasbro owns Wizard of the Coast, and there's been some really, really scummy stuff that's gone on here lately with them like trying to change the open gaming license for Dungeons and Dragons to where basically anybody that's you know doing anything with Dungeons and Dragons content, because the open gaming license was done a long time ago. It was supposed to never change. It was really good for Dungeons and Dragons as a brand. It made them very popular. It's been very lucrative for them, but it at the same time allowing other content creators, other developers to use Dungeons and Dragons elements and lore and stuff like that in their own creations, whether it be video games or you know whatever kind of content, books or whatever, you know. And they got real greedy, so they tried to like redo the open gaming license, and they got blasted for it. They got greedy, and then there's been some other stuff coming down too about just how disgusting like Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast is getting right now and stuff. So I would just say, you know, it's important to keep track of like, and I said it. Look, I understand business is business, right? You've gotta make sure you're taking care of yourself and your company, and making sure you're maintaining, you know, profitability. You're above that line, you know, that red line and everything. I get that, but there's something to be said for doing that while at the same time producing quality content, taking care of your fan base, taking care of those people that have helped you get to that point of being a big business, you know. And it seems like there are all too often there are these businesses that get to that point where they just forget everybody, and all they care about is money, and all they do is try to find more and more ways where they can just scum it out, you know. And it seems to me that like Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast here lately has really, really, really gotten to that bad point, you know. So I don't know. I would just say be careful about these companies right now. Some of the things I've seen here lately, though, I guess that's all I'm trying to point out. Just be careful. That's what I got, man. That's what I got. That's the jam-a-lamb. That's the jam-a-lamma. That's the news for today, baby. Thanks, guys. Yeah, yeah. Let's get some tunes going real quick. I'll segue us out of here. We'll get ready for some gaming. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's weekend's going well. We're going to go play tape to tape today. I thought we were gonna do Shadows again, but dude, I'm just having a weekend where I want to play something different. And I woke up this morning, was like kind of jonesing to play some more tape to tape. Even though, dude, I was malding out a little bit yesterday playing that game because the passing in the game feels kind of gross. I'll be pointing a certain direction, while I'm trying to pass in that game, and it'll just like pass straight to the computer, like straight to the opposing team and stuff, and it's really weird. It's not like, if that's something that they've made part of the difficulty setting I'm playing on, which is the hardest difficulty, that's not something that you can outskill, and that's a weird incorporation. I don't like that necessarily. There are definitely aspects of the game I need to get better at, but things like that, I don't feel good. But overall, the game's a lot of fun. I want to play more of it. I woke up jonesing for it a little bit, so I'm going to play more of it today. We're going to get Shadows Over Loathing finished up this week before Tears of the Kingdom drops, and it'll be good. But I just wanted to play more of it today, have a chill day, so we're going to do that. Cool. Yo, thank you, man. I appreciate everybody always being a part of it. Again, dude, I didn't feel great yesterday. We were kind of busy yesterday afternoon also, and between over this weekend, like Friday and through this weekend, I haven't gotten a lot of my YouTube stuff done that I usually do, so I'm a little bit behind. But by the end of today, I'll have everything back up to date and stuff. So I'm a little bit behind on the YouTube stuff, but it'll all be up there by the end of today. Okay. Yo, I'm glad, Mithril. Yeah, it's good to see you, buddy. It's good to see you. So you guys rock. I appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of this. If anybody out there is checking out this content right now, or even maybe after the fact later, whenever it is a highlight on the Twitch channel or up on YouTube, or any of the clips from it, or clips from other video gaming news segments, or funny clips and highlights from gameplay stuff, or we've got episodes and playthroughs out there of games we've played stuff. There's just all kinds of content out there that we do here in the community every single day, and if anybody's checking out any of that content and you're enjoying it, then I would prompt you to come hang out with myself and the rest of the individuals that are part of this amazing community whenever we go live every single day at 6 a.m. CST. We always start off with video gaming news, try to stay current on what's going on in the industry before we dive into whatever video game we have planned for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I will catch everybody tomorrow for May 8th edition of Video Gaming News and more Shadows Over Loathing. All right?